So today we're reviewing
How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
So we are continuing the Christmas series. This is the second movie review in the series, the third or fourth installment in the overall series.
Who recommended this?
And this was recommended by Christian in the Christmas series, or in the live stream.
Thanks, Christian.
What are your overall thoughts of the Grinch, or how the Grinch stole Christmas?
Personally, this is a Christmas movie that I think is a pretty good Christmas movie. It's definitely not in my top 5, I would say. Maybe not even top 10 if I really made a full list. I think it's definitely a good movie, though. I mean, it's obviously it's based off one of the most classic Christmas shorts, I guess, Christmas stories overall in the history of Christmas, really, for the most part. I mean, definitely one of the highest ones. That's probably top 5 Christmas books. You watch that cartoon growing up as a kid every single year right before Christmas. It's in obviously it's in Home Alone 2, maybe even the first Home Alone possibly. I know it's definitely Home Alone 2. When he's watching that in the back of the taxi or whatever, or the limo. Yeah. And it's definitely a classic film. And as far as like adapting that cartoon version to a live action film, I thought this movie did a lot of things really, really well. And I think the most important thing was pulling off the Grinch itself. And in my mind, this is the only real life Grinch that I'll ever really think of being the Grinch, because he really does look like the Grinch in my opinion. Like,
yeah, Jim Carrey is definitely good.
I really can't picture another one. Like, I can't even imagine how you could better portray, I mean not portray, but like better show the Grinch, like in an actual, like, I don't know. I thought they did a great job there. But I think it's a pretty good Christmas movie overall. Yeah,
this is a good movie. This is a recommendation, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat my review. I'm not just gonna purposely say I love it just because someone recommended it. Yeah. We're reviewing it, and I definitely like it. But it's like you said, it's not up there on my top Christmas movies. Not my top 5, maybe not my top 10. There's some things I have some problems with the movie. For the most part, I like it. There's funny stuff about it. And Jim Carrey is perfect as the Grinch. I have so many memories as a kid watching this. And it's a good movie. If it was on, I'd watch it. I can't say I'd watch it all the way through. There's some great themes to it. But I do prefer the cartoon over this live-action movie. I don't know. There's some appeal to the cartoon that I like. I think it's a lot shorter.
It's way shorter. It's like probably less than 30 minutes. This is an hour 44 minutes. Okay. And in my opinion, some of the best parts of the movie is really just the parts of the Grinch being the Grinch. Like him and his like lair up in like on the top of the mountain. Disgusting scenes, like just encapsulating how disgusting the Grinch is, just how he like hates Whoville. I think that's the best part of the film. All the stuff like down in Whoville with like the people, the whole final act, in my opinion, just did not. It didn't even come close to like being the same as the cartoon. Like, 'cause the cartoon really does a great job of him like going down there. Like, he puts like an order on the tree. I thought it was like you said, it's a lot shorter, and like I feel like there's just some very, very just like scenes in this movie at the end are just like, I don't know. The best stuff in this film, without a doubt, is the Jim Carrey Grinch portrayal, and then there are some okay scenes down in Whoville, but for the most part, it's the Grinch that makes this film like okay in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, I think the cartoon is better. I still like this movie, but there's just certain memories I have with the cartoon as far as the narration aspect of it, which it has it in here, but that narration aspect just makes it perfect in the cartoon. But I guess if we just go over some general scenes, the one that stands out the most to me is one that I remember from a while ago. You have the kind of teenager Whoville people that it seems like the classic horror movie, how they're like stupid teenagers going up to this door. And it makes the Grinch seem really cool because it's like his lair. And the creepy giant dog that comes out, like that head, I remember that scene so vividly. That's one of the more memorable scenes. It's a cool scene where you see the giant thing and it comes out and scares them. It is, yeah. It's definitely cool to, like, I think that scene's definitely a really good scene. I think it's overall the film just like does a great job of like making it seem like he's almost like a myth. Like these guys, like the teenagers, like going up the top of this mountain and they get scared, and then like it just and then there's a lot of backstory stuff in this film that I think some of it's kind of cool. It is kind of like that is something that you did not see in the cartoon version at all. Was his like him being a baby, like he came in floating from like the sky and like growing up as a kid, like he got like made fun of it. It really did. I think that was actually one of the best things in this film, in my opinion, was showing how the Grinch became the Grinch. Like, he had such a horrible childhood, like being made fun of, and then he hated Christmas because of that. It wasn't really basically he hated Christmas. He's an outcast. He's an outcast, and it really just gave him a great backstory for why he was just like he hated everyone in Whoville and just lived on his own and just was an absolute slob. You do feel for him in a lot of ways, and you're really pulling for him. Honestly, you really don't like most of the people down in Whoville at all, aside from maybe obviously the little girl. And then maybe one or two more characters I can't think of right now. But you really are on the side of the Grinch. I mean, obviously it's told from the Grinch's point of view for the most part, I would say.
I mean, he's a jerk, but I mean, obviously
he's a jerk. But I think you're rooting for him a lot of times. I mean, especially against the bully he had from his childhood, which is like the bully. I guess became the mayor. I think. You remember?
Yeah, I think so.
There's a scene here where he gets a spitball spit at him.
Okay, that's totally random, but
that's a great scene.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, I guess
another scene.
Why don't we go?
I guess I'll mention it, and then you can talk more about it. My most memorable scene when you first said that we were going to review this film, and someone mentioned it in that live stream before the Christmas movie review series, before the Christmas series started. I thought about the mailroom scene where he sneaks down there. He has that mask on. And he's just like totally just like it's almost infuriating as like a organization type person because he's like switching gifts around to different people. He's throwing letters into the wrong boxes. He's giving. It's kind of funny. He's like throwing them super fast. He's saying like jury duty, like giving like horrible stuff. Yeah.
Jury duty, blackmail, pink slip, chain letter, eviction.
And it's a really cool scene. And then the little girl sees him, and there's some classic lines there. He like that's actually a great scene there because it's
the turning point.
It's the beginning of the film, and he actually like you see that the Grinch isn't all bad because he saves the girl from the.
He's about to not.
He wasn't going to, but then you could tell like he actually had a heart still, a really small one, and then like he saves her, but then like he like wraps her up in the presents. There's a funny line there where he's like, or was it can you or. Can I use one of your fingers really quick?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I was just watching that when he's like wrapping her up. Well, you want to go over like a funniest scene or?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably one of my favorite scenes. There's that mailroom scene. There's a lot of great lines later on.
It's probably gonna be mine.
I think my favorite, probably like funniest scene has to be just all the stuff from him in his lair. There's a scene in particular where he's sitting on this chair, yelling into the cave. And there's some echoes, and that's probably one of the best scenes there, where he's like. He says, "You're an idiot," and then you hear he say, "You're an idiot" back to him.
Yeah, actually, I just saw it. He says, "I'm an idiot," then the echo says, "You're an idiot."
I'm an idiot. You're an idiot.
But then after that though, he like whispers like really quiet. He's like, "I'm gonna whisper," so then by the time my voice comes back, he won't be able to tell anything. And then like he waits, and it says, "You're an idiot" again. Like that's.
I remember the one with the guy singing on the mountain.
Yeah, he pulls him in.
He's singing, and then he pulls him in and tries on his clothes, and he's like, "I'm going," and then he's on. And then actually, that's a scene I wanted to mention is when he gets invited to go to that party or down in the town. He like is talking to himself. I'm gonna go. He's like, no, now I'm just gonna be late. He's like, no, now I'm not going. And he like keeps going back and forth.
You do believe his strength though. It's like you see him as a kid. He's like able to pick up this entire Christmas tree. Yeah. As a baby, he like eats remember he eats Santa's head.
Yeah, that's a funny scene.
At that part though, I don't even think he hated Christmas at that time. He just ate the plate because he didn't really start to hate Christmas.
He's not like normal.
Well, yeah, he's not normal. Yeah, they don't really explain that, but still, like, I thought they did a good job, like giving a backstory. And
no, that makes sense because remember he's eating glass later, so he's obviously. His kind can eat basically anything.
Well, that's right. Because isn't like the dump goes to his lair. And remember that's how the movie starts, isn't it? Because he's like going around
eating garbage. Yeah,
he's like eating like banana peel. It's disgusting. Honestly, that is one thing that I will say that's a great part about this film is that they really do make him a disgusting human or a disgusting being because he's eating glass. He's eating banana peels. I think the final act's probably the weakest part of the film, in my opinion. I can't. It's really just to show how really like forgettable it is. I can remember a lot of things from this movie. But I cannot really remember how the end goes. Like
I only remember because I just watched it.
Yeah, like,
I just watched.
I couldn't tell you. Like I know he goes down there and like I know like the basis of what the cartoon did. So I'm assuming they did a lot of the same things there.
Well, yeah, he takes all the gifts and then he gets them on the sled and then they're about to fall off the cliff. He saves them and then he's sitting there about to destroy them.
That's true.
He hears them singing because he realizes they don't care about the presents. They care about being together and that's their true Christmas spirit. So then he's like, oh shoot, okay, and then he. Saves the gifts and brings him back down.
I mean, the only thing I can really remember from the final act is him flying 1,000,000 feet in the air on this like sled thing, which is probably a scene you'll see right now.
I guess we should probably just say our funniest lines.
Yeah, and one more quick scene before we get into our funniest lines of the movie is with this one girl. Is like shooting Christmas lights onto the like. This one house is like doing it like how normal human beings do. Is like they just put it on like by their hands, but then this girl's like shooting like a machine gun of lights. It's actually one of the more memorable scenes in this movie, I think, in my opinion. I really remember that a lot.
I do, yeah.
And it was just kind of funny watching that again. It's like from like obviously this movie came out in 2000, so it's been a while since I watched this movie. But funniest line for me is during that scene when he's it's kind of like an overall scene in general. I'll narrow it down to one line in particular, but he's like looking at his like schedule for when he can go down to this like Christmas party for like in Whoville, and basically it's a line where he's going down like each thing on his schedule, and he says solve world hunger and then tell no one. Like it just shows like it's kind of a funny line, but like just shows how like he hates like he doesn't want to help anyone out, reason at all. He's like yelling down to like Whoville, saying like I hate you, and then like
hate, double hate.
No. Really good. So I think there's a really good line where he says, "Solve world hunger and tell no one."
Yeah, there's a lot of good scenes. I have to say, the mail one stands out to me the most when he's just throwing all of the mail in there. Yeah. That's a funny scene.
Perfect lines, or perfect throws.
Yeah, no, yeah, obviously. But, I mean, and him spitting at the mayor is pretty funny.
Yeah, it's really a line.
It's a funny scene. It's not a line. But if I had to give, I don't know, I guess it's not really a line either. When he's a baby eating the Santa is pretty funny and memorable.
Yeah. Bites Santa's head. Remember what he says?
Oh, yeah, Santa... Go bye-bye or something?
Yeah, so I mean, that's...
I guess that's my line. That is a really cool scene. Yeah. And the little baby Grinch, and then that is definitely really funny. I guess I'll go with that one.
And then, lastly, before I close this off here, is there's a scene that really did... I thought they did a good job of, like... Remember the cartoon where he smiles and his smile gets, like, insanely big? They give him a scene, like, it's almost in slow motion where it shows his smile, and I thought they did a really good job pulling off a live-action smile. There's no special effects involved in that at all. Like, that's him smiling.
They could have just used the guy from Home Alone.
Because really, like, I mean, most of the time he's on screen, he's like, you can tell it's Jim Carrey. And it's kind of funny looking back now. It's like, as a kid, I didn't really know that was him. But now you can just totally tell it's Jim Carrey, like, the way he moves, the way he talks.
Yeah,
always,
like,
it's definitely him. I think it definitely fit the role really well, though. Like, I mean, obviously, that's why... In some ways, I don't think it's more so Jim Carrey, the Grinch played as Jim Carrey. It's not really the Grinch being played as the Grinch, but they do a good job of mixing the two. And,
yeah, I mean, because
it worked.
There are other Grinch incarnations, like the cartoon, the book, and then the new one you saw, right, where it's like a shorter, stubbier Grinch.
Yeah.
Which,
like live action, or the Pixar animated stuff. Yeah.
I mean, where he is just a monster, but I think Jim Carrey definitely does bring a different thing to this movie that makes it so unique.
But anyways, though, thanks for watching our second edition to the... Thank you for watching our third edition to the 2020 Christmas series. Stay tuned for our next edition to the Christmas series. I'm not sure if it's going to be a matchup or if it's going to be another movie review. Well, what's next in the docket for the movie reviews?
I mean, there'll be a Versus video out Monday, and then there might be a Christmas-themed matchup Wednesday. I don't really know, because it's kind of hard to do Christmas matchups, unless we do, like, Elf versus...
Miles, Finch versus...
Miles, which we already saw. But, I mean, we might do another recommendation, or in the coming weeks to Christmas, we might do 2 or 3 a week, maybe just 2 different movie reviews a week, maybe... not a Versus video, then just to get more Christmas movie reviews in. Yeah. So
let us know down in the comments what you guys think of how the Grinch stole Christmas. Do you think it's in your top 5? Because a lot of people do love this film.
Clearly, yeah.
There was a little poll that we did within our own family listing our favorite movies, and like I think it's one of our sister's favorite Christmas movies. I'm pretty sure. So thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned for some more stuff that comes in the coming days. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.